Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Dino Run SE by Pixel Jam. The goal here is to escape extinction. This is a 2D pixelated runner with an awesome soundtrack and a bazillion options and basically nearly infinite replay value from what I can tell. So let's just run through all the options real quick before we start up and do a run. We've got a whole bunch of customization here for a dino, tons and tons of different silly heads. You'll notice there's the Minecraft one, fedora hats, brain slugs, Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Destructoid guy, varieties of sombreros, all kinds of silly things, Viking hats, the list goes on and on. Anyway, I prefer myself to do the little dragon head that I was using from the Atari 2600 game, and of course you can change colors, and if you want to match, actually maybe I should just make him have a matching hat or a head that goes with his body. It's a little bit more like a Yoshi body, but yellow with a saddle. So then we are going to check out, we've got options and speed runs over here. I'm setting it on medium, but there are also a number of other modes. We can play and unlock specific ones if we want to play through the challenge run a bunch of times and get some bones by finding them on the map. There's also a progress bar. And then there's also Planet D, which I haven't tried yet. It's a set of weird and challenging levels, crazy dinos only. A pretty crazy dino, maybe I would try that. And then we've got our Legend of Eggs down at the bottom here, which medium survival on the orangish ones, hard are the white ones, and insane are the yellow ones. So something to keep a lookout for if I understand how that works properly. There's also unlockable cheats, a whole bunch of different things here. Super speed, mega jump, super strength. What can you do with this? Constant super strength, bust all boulders and dinos. That sounds exciting. Goodbye Doom turns off the Doom wall. And low gravity. Oh, you gotta have low grav mode. All boulders are balloons? Yeah, I don't get it either, but it sounds silly. Constant nighttime and meteor storm. Alright, sounds really fun. All kinds of stuff to augment your gameplay here. There is also multiplayer and a whole bunch of other things you can do. So, let us start. And we'll just go over how the game works. So essentially, we are this little dino. We are running away from extinction. Like I said, there's going to be a wall of death chasing us from behind. We're going to be jumping over stegosauruses or stegosauruses, traversing a whole variety of environments. The main campaign, as far as I know, I think it's got something like 6 or so levels, which, it's not a ton, but at the same time, there's all these challenge runs, speed runs, and varieties of other things we can play. You got to be a little careful there. The tree just happens to fall in that pit. And eventually, I guess if you spend enough time with it, you'll sort of get a feel for how all the levels work. They're generally intuitive enough that you should be able to pick up on them without too much training. Also, really sweet little things like this, where you can grab or be grabbed by the pterodactyls flying overhead and use them to capitalize and continue to run away at a fast pace. These little silly dinos here, I guess you eat them? I don't know. It gives you fuel to run faster. And it's got a sort of a system like Tiny Wings, if you ever played that iOS game, where the further away you get, the safer you are. I mean, essentially in Tiny Wings, you're running away from it becoming nighttime, but in this one, you're running away from a death wall. I'm sure we will see it as we proceed onward. But we are going to just continue to try and amass some more eggs, and do our best. Eggs and bones, I suppose, those are our currency. And just keep moving on forward. Oh, there's a super hot pterodactyl. We don't want to get involved with him. There's definitely kind of heartbreaking scenes going on throughout the valleys that we'll be running through. Might encounter a brontosaurus stuck in a tar pit. Nothing you can do for him. You just got to leave him behind. It's definitely a bit on the sad side. So the dinosaurs are kind of cute, I kind of think. That's just me personally, though. So we're just going to keep on running. I'm sure there are going to be meteors that are going to get in our way, smashing into the ground. Oh, we've got a little platforming sequence. If you fall, though, well, as you see, we won't die. We're just going to be presented with an alternate path, which is one nice thing that I really like about this game. You never are killed just by falling. You're going to end up just finding a new way to get through things. Hopefully, it won't be such a difficult path that it ends up killing you. As a result, this in this case was that. I don't believe it is possible to die other than by the death wall, which, that seems like a good way to do it. If you're going to be able to do a runner, you might as well give the player a chance to run at every possible moment. I think that works out best. So proceeding on, we're probably going to run into some other impediments other than tar pits. We've also got water, varieties of steep angles, like I said earlier, the meteors, deep pits, falling, breaking branches, trees that might get in your way. There was actually a volcano at one point. So yeah, as you can tell, quite a lot to worry about here. Not sure why that flower was glowing, but you know, maybe there's a reason for it. Pterodactyls. Yeah. Oh no! Oh no, I can't get off! There we go. Stupid pterodactyl was just taking me for a ride down in the wrong direction. Absolutely not what you want to happen. Get a little magma ball here, or lava ball that I want to push around. The rocks don't seem to get too much in your way as long as they're going in the same direction as you, but, you know, if you run into a big solid wall of them, I imagine that could be a bit of a problem. Stegosaurus can just crush them. Wish I had that kind of power, but I guess you need the super strength perk, or cheat, for that to be a possibility. I should mention this game is on greenlight right now, so if you are into the ideas that you see here in this, you might want to go leave them a favorite, you know, let them know that you're interested in potentially seeing their game make it to Steam. I would love to see this game make it to Steam. It's a lot of fun to play multiplayer. You can do races, you can set up all sorts of silly conditions, and in general, it's just a wacky time, and I really enjoy games that are a little bit irreverent, but also quite playable, and really there's not much to learn here. It's really just running. There is a boost, which I am neglecting to do also if you press shift. About once every 20 seconds, you can get a little boost of speed, which is definitely in your favor to remember to do. But other than that, really it's just run to the right and jump occasionally and try and not land your guy in a weird angle that's going to end up messing you up too much. The difficulty on medium seems very well balanced. I was able to get to the final level on my first run, but I think I had a lot of luck in that, and I don't expect that everyone will. It also depends if you just land in a particularly bad spot a couple of times. It's enough to pretty much mess your run up. But that's not really a bad thing. It's not like it's frustrating to play. And you're going to earn yourself a whole bunch of these milestone things anyway. You're going to be accumulating a sort of currency. So you're going to make little, like, long-term achievements every time you play it. So you won't be too frustrated if you end up messing up a bunch of times. At least that's what I would think. Oh, I should have just let him carry me over. Now we're getting into trouble. Oh, I found a little cubby hole. See, it's nice there's the alternate paths that you can run into, and there's alternate paths within the alternate paths. Definitely aids in the replay value, because you don't know what you're going to run into each time. If you may just be in a position that puts you down a path you didn't see before, or maybe you just end up falling into a hole that you made the jump for last time, but you find out that falling in there was actually to your benefit. You never know. So onward, we are now past the 3rd level. Excellent. So far I've only died 1 time. I've got a time bonus times 5. Super eggs, still 0 of 1 on this one. I don't think I've gotten any of those yet. On to level 4. Pretty cheerful scene, it looks like. But, you know, a death wall is nothing to laugh at. 29 eggs. Not really doing great for eggs. I think I probably could have quite a few more than that. 30 eggs, extra time shift earned. Okay. So, time shift is when you lose, essentially. I think it's just like an extra life. I'm going to use my boost here. Oh, well, you probably want to plan out when you use the boost so you get the most out of it, because if you just run into a wall, definitely a bit of a waste then. Continuing on. Oh, I missed an egg there. I tried to jump. It just didn't quite register in time. Should have another dash in a moment. There. Oh, there it is. Oh, no! There we go. So I don't think the levels are procedurally generated, but there definitely seem to be some random elements to it, which I'm totally cool with. This actually seems just like the other level in, what was it, level 2? There was that platforming sequence, and then that pit. I'm wondering if maybe it builds the levels out of some, like, chunks? Like little template bits? I actually should have asked. I was on, the Greenlight Super stream with the developers of Dino Run from Pixel Jam, and that was a good question I probably should have inquired about. It's probably a pretty similar ethos to what they did with Potato Man Seeks the Truth, which incorporates a somewhat fixed level design with then some modular randomized components, or components that at least could shift based on a number of variables, it seems. But I don't want to get too specific into that. It's a curious thing, and I am always interested in how developers approach the idea of something like that, though, when it comes to dealing with a game that you're going to potentially be playing the same thing multiple times in a row. You know, you don't want it to get stale, obviously. You want to add a certain amount of variability to the game design, but at the same time, you want it to be fairly balanced, too, so you don't want it to go in too far in one direction or the other. I'm not sure how I would do it personally, but I would probably end up doing something like they came up with in the end. Build it around templates, build it around modular elements, stuff that can shift and be adjusted with based on the variability of how the player's doing might be nice. One thing that I kind of like about the concept of how Valve worked on Left 4 Dead, essentially there are constantly shifting dynamic elements. Oh, this is a mess. Go! And based on how the players are proceeding, it's going to actually shift and give you either a better or a worse experience. Or I shouldn't say better or worse, but like more or less difficult. So I think that is kind of the goal that a lot of times people strive for when they do adaptive difficulty. And I'm not sure if that's directly what they're doing here, but it definitely seems to be suggested. Well, we've gone from complete randomization to now adaptable difficulty. It's probably one or the other. I don't think it's both. It's hard to delineate, though, because, like I said, I don't have a view into the back part of how this is all designed. But it is interesting, and especially when you pair the aesthetic. You know, it's such an old-school feeling. It's got this retro vibe to it. The music really seems to complement it very well. And then you've got some sort of new-school design ethos with how this is all put together. And I really like that confluence. I think that actually works really well. I've never had a problem with this sort of, low-res graphic sprite design. I think it actually is very charming. And it leaves a bit to your imagination, which a lot of times is the thing that I find makes it feel like a lot of current-gen games might lack a little bit in the character or soul department. You know, they have so much going on, and they leave so little to the imagination that really the player is just sort of along for the ride instead of actively adding their own 2 cents as you go. Oh, we got a lizard there, I think. See if we can get a dash in. It's a shame I missed there's a nice little nest of eggs at the top of that last little summit. Oh, what's this one? Is a purple egg. We're up to 50 now. Keep running, little dino. I think you're actually maybe going to make it out of this one alive. This level definitely didn't seem too bad. Oh, you know what? Have I not been doing this, or have I just passed by it? Maybe I've actually skipped the end before I had a chance. But you actually are presented with this choice to add a little bit of DNA to upgrade abilities, and it seems like they are permanent upgrades. So right now I've got 2 in jump, 2 in strength, 3 in acceleration, 1 in speed. I'd love to put another point in speed, but right now I think jump is my best option. Uses most of the points up anyway. So we're going to hit spacebar for the next level, level 6, which is a veritable death field as it appears. Get a little bit of dashing in. I think the fact that I didn't know I could dash at the beginning when I first played this definitely made it a bit harder. And I also forgot to dash in the beginning of this episode. Keep running. Oh, get the pterodactyls. Yes, I haven't seen nearly enough of these guys. They can be a real help, especially if you're trying to climb a super steep hill. Oh no, lizards! And if you haven't heard, the music is quite lovely. I definitely like it. This is the type of thing that I like to hear more. It's got a little bit of a grit to it, I won't lie, but that's a good thing, I think, in this case. It really does go nicely with it, and that was a really bad death. I think I can do better than that. I spent a lot of time just getting, smacked into walls and stuff. You definitely want to avoid that. Make things move as smoothly as possible. Excuse me, you don't need to chase me down there, Dino, whoever you are. Just gonna crush those eggs, apparently. Interesting to see the AI running along and actually being able to, like, hop over the rocks and stuff. And there's a much more depressing feeling to this level. Oh. I really like the fact that everything is sort of spontaneously changing around you. There's all these variables. The meteors are striking the ground is deforming. Sometimes there's like lava, there's tar pits, there's water pits. Stuff is changing. Oh, pterodactyl moment. Oh, I think I missed it. Yep, I did. And the death wall's here. Oh, let's see if I can surf the death wall for a moment. Or the doom wall. If I can just stay in the right spot. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess I landed on a bump. I am now extinct. My poor little dino, he didn't make it. I'm sorry. Well, I can submit my score, I suppose. And maybe we'll do a quick challenge run just to see what that looks like. Let's see in our shop. Oh yeah, there's also these things I can buy with the bones. I want to, though, head over to wherever we put the channel. Okay, there we go. Speedrun mode. And I have 229 bones, which is enough to get, I don't know, one of these silly ones. Let's get the hitchhiker. Let's see. I'm betting this is going to involve me riding on a lot of pterodactyls. And we'll just start running. You can steer pterodactyls left and right. Okay, so let's see if we can get caught up to them. Oh, didn't quite make it. I have a feeling they're going to run along with me for a way, though. Wow, I didn't make that one either. Now, I wonder if I can get bones and unlockables and stuff from playing these speedruns if I do particularly well. Oh, wait. Wait for me. Don't drop rocks on me, please. How have I not? There we go. I hadn't found a single one that would carry me. Oh, if you get me up nice and high, there we go. Should be able to transition very easily between the two of them. I don't even have to really play. If you... Oh. I didn't mean to time freeze. Oh, no! I wanted to just land so this guy would carry me again and grab that egg. It's definitely harder than you think to surf between these pterodactyls, although pretty rewarding when you line it up right. A little speed boost. Oh, there we go. I mean, you kind of have to find this aesthetic pretty charming, right? There's not a lot not to like about it. I mean, pairing the music, it's just got this really nice feeling. Kind of want to live in this world of crazy dinosaur business. Are the pterodactyls actively laying eggs as we're flying? That may be. You know, guys, we got bigger fish to fry right now. We're worried about a doom wall chasing us down. Alright, I could see this working out. I might actually reach the end of the level without even seeing the ground. I assume there are probably some pterodactyls below me. Oh, I'm so high in the air. Holy junk. Can't believe I got grabbed at the end there. I didn't think I would. I think my goal, though, is to not hit spacebar all the time. Just to keep falling between them and try and get as big of a combo as possible. Well, okay, I thought I wasn't going to land on anything there. I don't want to stay up, though. Oh, no! I fell at the worst possible moment. Keep carrying me up, please. You know, you might want to close your mouth. You're going to end up with a lot of bugs in there. Maybe you enjoy that. I don't know. You're a dinosaur. What do I know? Hey, grab it. They don't want to grab me. I like the crazy, like, exaggerated eye that the pterodactyls make when they lay an egg. Oh, it kind of grabbed me for a split second there. Oh, what's this? New milestones. I think I reached the end. 4x dactyl chain, 1 dino save, 50 runners munched. Oh, right. Well, I guess that's a goal. I didn't even know that. I got 20 DNA for that. So my dino's reached his little safe cave. He's going to sit and hang out with some flowers and open his mouth a lot. I find that kind of adorable. But that is going to wrap up our episode. So as I mentioned earlier, check out the Greenlight campaign. I will link, of course, to the purchase link for this so you can play it yourself. It's the kind of game that you definitely want to experience yourself to really have the best impression of. Watching it is fun, probably, but I think playing it yourself is really the best way to go. And if you can, get some friends along. It's a real good game to play in co-op. I had a lot of fun with that in the little moment that I did spend with it. Unfortunately, I didn't spend it in this video, but trust me, it is pretty easy to get into, and it's a good time. Yeah, it's a game I could definitely see playing with some friends on a stream or something later on. So, yeah, it doesn't take a lot to learn. It's super accessible. It's a lot of fun. It's wacky. It's got all the elements I like. So, Dino Run SE, super recommended. And again, so all links right in the description, as well as social media links if you want to check out more for the series. I do a new Indie Impressions video every single day, so if you want to check out the archive of all of them, indie-impressions.com is where I store that. They're all neatly sortable. They've got tags and all sorts of categorization over there, so if you want to check that out, I would appreciate it. We've also got a Facebook page, facebook.com/indieimpressions, so if you'd like to leave a like over there, that would help me out, and then you'll get every day's new video delivered into your Facebook stream. So if you're a regular Facebook user, it's like getting a new little free game, well, most of the time a free game, delivered into your Facebook feed. Nice and convenient for you. Other than that, I also like to announce when I go live streaming over on Facebook, as well as the occasional update or news bit of info. But for the most part, most of my news goes over on my Twitter handle, which is @RockLeeSmile. So if you'd like to follow me over there, feel free to chat me, ping me, send me a message, send me a picture of a cat, whatever you got going on. Always happy to engage with you guys. And if you're an indie dev, feel free to send me an email if you'd like to recommend that I try or check out your game on the show. My contact form is over on indie-impressions.com, and that goes for anybody. If you just want to send me a suggestion, I'm always open to suggestion. There are thousands of games out there, and I have definitely relied on your help to find some of the stranger, more unique artistic ones, and helped hopefully get in front of some of you, so we can get it up for discussion. So that is what we're here to do: promote discussion, find cool indie games, and just generally have a good time hanging out. So I hope we accomplished that goal today, and I hope you'll let me know what your opinions of Dino Run SE are in the comments. So that's going to do it. Hope you had a great time. Hopefully see you again tomorrow. And lastly, I hope you have a good night. I'll talk to you later, guys.